Good morning. Out on the road again this morning. Beautiful morning. A little crisp, but beautiful. Today's topic, I just wanted to talk about finding what is right within us. And it's really a very simple message, I think, but I wanted to just at least take a moment to dwell on it. I think there are some who would say that we have, particularly in the West, an epidemic of self-doubt and self-accusation and wondering what's wrong with us. It's rampant. And though, of course, I think it's really important that we understand that we have issues involved in our life that we need to work through. I think there's a step that many people are not taking that would be really helpful for them. Now, I'm involved in that industry that comes from looking for what's wrong. People come to me for counseling, healing, mentoring, and so often it's about what's wrong with me. I do this, I do that. I seem to be unable to do this. I'm not happy. So don't get me wrong. I think it is very important for us to look closely at what moves in our lives so that we can be happy, more fulfilled, and function in the way that we really want to. But I think the key issue for me is that we often stop too early. We keep looking for what's wrong and don't really put enough energy into looking for what's right. The Eastern traditions talk about the ego, and often it's seen as somehow evil or in the way. I think another way to think about the ego is the result of our evolutionary desire for survival. In order to survive, we need to put strategies in place. And evolutionarily speaking, we are extremely good at looking for and avoiding danger, looking for what's wrong in the environment so that we don't die. Now, we no longer have to avoid woolly mammoths and those physical dangers as much, but we still have the ego, that is the survival mechanism, to look for what's wrong, what's out of place. And now we seem to apply it increasingly to our emotional environment. And again, it's really important for our survival. But I think it's also critical, without avoiding those issues, to look more deeply for what is right. Now, this is the spiritual leap. The spiritual leap is to understand that there may well be a part of us that is beyond our thoughts, emotions, perceptions. A part of us that I would call our divine essence, our presence, our awareness, the consciousness from which we all arise. Therein lies the part that is most right about us. We need to put, I think, time, energy, attention to looking there. And it's challenging because we're talking about an experience which is beyond thought, emotion, and perception, or at least the kind of perception we put in place for day-to-day life. Now, some people would say, well, spiritual work is an avoidance of what's wrong. And I would say, no, it's actually looking in the right place. Because we can keep swimming in this pond of what's not right, or we can step out and look for what is most right about us. And as we do that, as we experience that part of us which is most right, we experience the infinite gratitude, joy, peace, and the love that arises from that at the essence of who we are. Now, from there are things we'll need to address to function better in the world. But addressing them from the place that is right, that is most essential about who we are, is a much more empowering and resilient place to do it from than getting stuck in the pool of what's wrong. So, a simple message, but I do hope that you will think about it, contemplate it, and look for the pathways that work for you to face, listen, surrender into the part of you that is most right. From there, seek help within and seek help from others to figure out the best way to allow those things that seem to be getting in the way to heal and become more adept at life on planet Earth. Life on planet Earth is bloody difficult as far as I can tell. Painfully difficult, tragically difficult for many, 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 many people. If we just look at the difficulty, we may miss the most fundamental beauty and essence of what it is. So I wish that for you. I wish us all the capacity to experience that which is essentially right about us, and thereby step into the world and help it discover more about what is right about it and each other. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next week. Bye.